All right, final 2 games to go over. Let's try to get through these quickly. We got to get out of here, folks. Jeez. But here we go. Bucks at Rams, and we called this one right. We put our money on the line. We put our reputation on the line. We had the Rams plus 1.5 in this game, and they win by 10. No problem. We have the Rams as the best team in the league heading into this game, and we put our money where our mouth is, and bingo, bango, it cashes out because we know what we're talking about, folks. We're not the mainstream media that just latches on to the best team or the best kind of narrative-driven team or the team that just drives up the most attention and the most views and the most clicks and the most this and that or whatever it is. We see what we see, we break it down, and we have this Rams team being the best team in the league. They're 3-0 and they just beat the Bucks. Fantastic. I mean, Vegas even thought the Bucks would win this game. How crazy. The Bucks were minus 1.5 points on the road. How disrespectful is that, folks? So, well done with the Rams. We've been telling you all about Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay, the genius offense here. They were very conservative in the first quarter, not wanting to lose the game. First drive, 3 and out. Second drive, 5 plays, 11 yards. But then they go on the touchdown drive, and then another touchdown drive, and then another touchdown drive. 3 straight, make it 4 straight touchdown drives. And then the 5th drive is a field goal. And then the next drive is a field goal. And then they have to finally punt, and then it's the end of the game. So once they got clicking, it never stopped. A little bit of a slow start where Tom Brady could have taken advantage, but he didn't, and a little bit of a slow start here by the Rams, but once it got going, it took off, and the Bucks could not keep up. So the genius offensive play calling, we know Sean McVay is a genius head coach, offensive guru, and now nobody wanted to give him credit because he got Matthew Stafford a huge increase at the quarterback position over Jared Goff. I mean, what are we talking about here? So I don't know why everybody's not talking about this Rams, but we've been talking about them. We've been loving them. We call them our Super Bowl winners. But here we go. Matthew Stafford, 27 of 38. 71% completion percentage, 343 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. We had 1 fumble by Tyler Higbee, but he didn't lose it, so no turnovers here by the Rams. Fantastic, clean, flawless game. And like we said, once the train left the station, it just hurtled down the tracks and running over everybody in its way. Alrighty, no running back Darrell Henderson here for this Rams team, and they no problem. Sony Michel fits right in. We believed in him. We knew he could do it. 20 carries for 67 yards. They didn't abandon the run game because they didn't. So, I mean, just everybody needs to take a page out of this Rams overall playbook. You don't need Big Ben throwing the ball 58 times. You can run the ball here and pass the ball and look good and put up points and win the game. I mean, do what the Rams do. 38 passes, 20 carries, 20 rushes. Maybe even give it a little bit more rushes, a little bit more carries. But this Rams team, they know how to scheme, and they know how to get it done. And how great was this? Deshaun Jackson, he never left, folks. I mean, this man is like the ageless wonder. This man's got speed on top of speed on top of speed, and it doesn't matter how old he is, the speed is always here. Because Deshaun Jackson just had 3 receptions for 120 yards and a touchdown. If you're doing the quick math there, that's 40 yards of completion. I mean, sheesh. The man is getting behind the defense, folks, taking the top off. So you have Deshaun Jackson, the speed there. You've got Cooper Kupp, who, I mean, is just the best weapon here for Matthew Stafford. They get each other. They're always open. 12 targets for Cooper Kupp, 9 completions for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. Nobody can shut down Cooper Kupp. Matthew Stafford is loving him. And then you have to worry about Deshaun Jackson behind you as well. So, man, oh man. And then they got Von Jefferson, 4 receptions, 42 yards. And then you've got the tight end Tyler Higbee, the monstrosity 6'6" tight end out here. 5 receptions, 40 yards, and a touchdown for him. And then you got Robert Woods, another solid tier 2 wide receiver. 3 reception, 33 yards. So, man, oh man, the offense is clicking right from the get-go, right from the rip. 3-0, beating great teams, looking good, passing the ball. Matthew Stafford looking exactly like we all know Matthew Stafford could have looked if he had a great coach and a great scheme around him his entire career, and he's absolutely balling. Give credit to this Rams team, and now we have to sit back in our chair with our arms behind our head and just watch all the other mainstream NFL talk personalities kind of say, oh, this Rams team is good, and finally put them number one in the power rankings now that they just beat the Bucs head-to-head, and the Chiefs just lost to the Chargers, and now 1-2, and Patrick Mahomes throwing interceptions, not great, not clutching it up like he usually does, and we just have to sit back and watch him say everything that we've said for the last 2 weeks. And y'all still don't give us our credit. I don't know about y'all sometimes. Sometimes I know about y'all, but other times I just don't know about y'all sometimes. So Rams, no surprise to us. We knew they would win this game. We bet it, we took it, we hit it, we cashed it. And maybe we get a little bit of a mid-season canvas up here of Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay with some giant heads, because there's some big brains under there, those noggins. So well done by the Rams. Now the Bucs. Tom Brady slung the ball around 55 times and he couldn't win. They abandoned the running game, really didn't run the ball. Tom Brady was the leading rusher. What does that tell you? That's nothing great. But yeah, Tom Brady trying to sling the ball past this Rams team, but he can't do that. He throws the ball 41 of 55. Good completion percentage, 74% on 55 throws for 432 yards. I mean, Tom Brady was truly slinging it. 1 touchdown, no interceptions, real solid. Probably should have a little bit more touchdowns there, passing, since you did throw the ball 55 times at 432 yards. So Tom Brady looked good. He just kind of convert and put up the scores and put up the points like Matthew Stafford did. So unfortunate there. This Bucs team is still good. We're not calling this Bucs team not good, folks. This is still a good team. They're just not the best team in the league. Tom Brady, leading rusher, 3 carries, 14 yards. He did score the touchdown. Ronald Jones, only 5 carries for 11 yards. Leonard Fournette, 4 carries for 8 yards. Nothing great there. Let's see who Tom Brady was slinging the ball to, because no Antonio Brown. And I don't want to hear that as an excuse. I mean, he still had 74% completion percentage for 432 yards. I mean, Antonio Brown, I don't know if he has that much of an impact in this game. So here we go. Mike Evans, leading receiver, 8 catches for 106 yards. Chris Godwin, 6 receptions, 74 yards. Tyler Johnson, 3 receptions, 63 yards. Rob Gronkowski, 4 receptions, 55 yards. Giovanni Bernard, 9 receptions, 51 yards and a touchdown. Cameron Brate, 4 receptions, 35 yards. Leonard Fournette, 3 receptions, 26 yards. O.J. Howard, 1 reception, 11 yards. I mean, folks, he was splitting everything around, going to everybody. I mean, look at all these targets. 10 targets for Mike Evans, 7 targets for Chris Godwin, 6 targets for Tyler Johnson, 7 carries for Robert Gronkowski, 10 targets for Giovanni Bernard, 5 targets for Cameron Brate. So 3 targets for Leonard Fournette, 1 target for O.J. Howard, 3 targets for Scotty Miller. So tight ends, A1 tier 1 wide receivers, running backs out of the backfield. It doesn't matter. Tom Brady was utilizing everybody. It just didn't result into the points, the touchdowns, and they end up losing the game. So, great game, a classic, and Matthew Stafford gets the best of Tom Brady. They win by 10, and we'll see how both these teams progress as the season moves forward, but this Rams team's the real deal, folks.